The UN climate change talks will step up a notch today, and Zimbabwe's state-owned carrier Air Zimbabwe may cancel flights to South Africa. Ambosisiwa Khadebe with the latest news update. The UN climate change talks will step up a notch today as world ministers take the reins of the negotiations. Negotiators are said to have worked hard coming up with draft texts which ministers will have to work into some kind of outcome for Durban. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon will open the high-level segment. Our environmental reporter Rochelle Seaton-Rogers reports.
Over 130 ministers will get to state their country's positions for 3 minutes each. The UN says there's been progress made on giving assistance to developing countries to adapt to climate change, as well as setting up a fund which will see money channeled to these countries after 2020. But a lot of major issues still remain unclear. A big one is whether the Kyoto Protocol will survive past the talks in Durban. Another is a disparity in the timeline for a new legally binding framework to be set up. As host, South Africa will have its hands full trying to find a middle ground for all. Rochelle Seaton-Rogers, SABC News, Durban.
ANC Youth League leader Julius Malema's lawyers have received correspondence from the ruling party's National Disciplinary Committee of Appeals. Advocate Patrick Machwalana says he has received correspondence acknowledging receipt of Malema's letter of appeals, including directives. He says it remains unclear when a pronouncement on Malema's fate will be made. Malema appealed to the committee chaired by senior ANC leader and businessman Cyril Ramaphosa. Some within the ruling party reportedly want the matter finalized before the party's centenary celebrations in Bloemfontein next month. Sentencing procedures of 4 men convicted of murdering Zoliswa Nkonyana have been set down for the 19th of this month in the Khayelitsha Regional Court on the Cape Flats. The 4 murdered Nkonyana in February 2006 because she was lesbian. Magistrate Radiya Watem says they've received pre-sentencing reports from correctional services and social workers. Nkonyana was stabbed and stoned to death. The Treasury has proposed a 4-point plan to shield the poor against adverse economic conditions. Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan says the plan consists of social security spending, such as social grants, a 9 billion rand jobs fund, as well as a commitment to inflation targeting to counteract rising household prices. Gordhan says Treasury also aims to maintain a prudent fiscal policy to free up more resources to provide basic services. And lastly, Zimbabwe's state-owned carrier Air Zimbabwe may cancel flights to South Africa because its planes could be impounded in Johannesburg over unpaid bills. The airline has been banned from numerous destinations for non-payment of landing rights. Sources say debts to a South African baggage handling company have piled up to such an extent that daily flights from Harare to Johannesburg may end. Catch the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak Option 1.